Yo, ladies and gentlemen, MCZ stuff number 2. This is a little series I like to do occasionally where I just feature ships that I've made and hopefully maybe put them up on the workshop for you guys to enjoy. Yeah, so this is my latest project. This is the Aegis Advancements 07R. It's a, as you can probably guess, it's a little bit of a racing ship. It's just meant to really go very, very fast. And yeah, you can tell that from the design. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's a very, very, very fast ship, as we are about to find out. But first of all, why don't we take a little bit of a tour of it? Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a cutaway model here. Well, actually, let's talk about the design first, because I really like this design. I'm pretty satisfied with it. So yeah, red and black. It's pretty much just racing, racing colors, like pretty much every racing team ever. Well, not every racing team ever. Not even close to every racing team ever. But yeah, red and black looks very racy. Looks very nice. I got the DX11 letters mod there, number 7. Because it's the Aegis Advancements 07R, so why not? And yeah, looks really, really sharp, I think. This front's got this little sort of tray thing that makes it look a little bit like a boat in the front, but I think that actually works rather well. And then this line sort of flows up from the bottom of the cockpit and then up over into a hollow wing. It's got 4 of these, obviously. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And I think they look really freaking cool. Sort of hollow wings. A little bit of a hole in there, obviously, just to make it look awesome. And, well, in here we've got all the mechanicals and stuff like that. It's powered by 3 Sage industrial thrusters, mainsail duty, so it's very powerful. It's a seriously powerful little ship, and 2 reverse, so very maneuverable. And it's got Sectan's modular thrusters there. Look like we've got a little bit of a rotation issue, a little bit of a mirroring problem there. I'm gonna have to fix that before I put it up on the workshop. On the bottom, pretty basic stuff. You got, you got your unprotected gyros. That's another thing that I'm going to have to fix before I put it up. It's also got some more gyros up here. We're going to see those in the cutaway model in just a second, protected by Uncle Stay's armor panels, reworked armor panels, and some more Sectan modular thrusters on the top and the bottom to give a little bit more maneuverability. So that's pretty much the entire ship. Oh, and well, obviously these reworked armor ramps to protect the insides a little bit, and a couple of antennas just so the team can see where the ship is on the track. So let's take a look at the insides. Pretty basic on the insides, if I do say so myself. And that's really what you want with a racing ship. I've seen a couple of racing designs on the Space Engineers Steam Workshop that really go a little bit overboard with the design, you know, and just they turn out way too heavy. They don't have too much lateral thrust, too much thrust of any description, so they're sort of not very fast and very hard to fly. And that's really why I wanted to avoid with the Aegis 07R. So I chose the smallest components that I could to sort of make it compact, which makes it easier to go around tight turns, and saves a little bit of weight also. So we've got neon reactors. I can't remember who made those, who made these neon reactors, but pretty cool. Really cool little reactors. I was actually hoping that they'd have a big size, but they don't, so I just had to put put a bunch of small ones there and here. And obviously, well, that's pretty much it. You've got your Keen software house sort of medium cargo container there. And then, like I said, 3 Sage Industrial thrusters on mainsail duty, 2 on reverse duty. Absolutely an absolutely powerful ship, and a bunch of gyroscopes. I think it's 15 gyroscopes. 4, 8, 12. Yep, 15 gyroscopes. So plenty of gyroscope strength. That's another thing that you need in these racing ships. If you want to make them fast, you need lots of gyroscopes and lots of inert. Basically, you just need lots of thrust and lots of turning to make them really fast. It's pretty simple. And then over there, obviously, like I said, your antennas on either side and your connector on the top. Pretty basic stuff, but you don't really want anything too complex. So let's actually take this thing around the track, shall we now? Actually, I'm gonna hop in one of the ships that come with this world. This one doesn't have any reactors. There we go. It does. I'm just stupid. But I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a tour around the track first. Yeah, this is, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is the Skeleton Run racetrack by Admiral Nemo. It's available on the workshop. It's kind of outdated though. So, like you can see here, these landing gears are they're black. That's because they were originally built for DX9, which is no longer supported. And these sort of black squares, they're supposed to be interior light replacements, but now they're just, well, they don't work at all. So you start off, you come into this little asteroid here. There are actually, I believe, 3 different routes that you can choose. This one over here underneath this sort of little cropping area, that's the fastest route, so that's the one I choose all the time. Really tight quarters. That's the biggest thing that you're going to be facing along this track. Even though Space Engineers is a 6-star racing game, you've only got so much space, especially when you're going to be tearing at speed into these asteroids. And with the Aegis, you're going to be hitting them at, and yes, I did the math, at around 371 miles an hour. Not sure what that is in sort of kilometers an hour, but in meters per second, that's 166. Stupidly fast. Of course, the speed of light mod, which is why I use any other speed mod. But you come out there, you got a little bit of a breather area. Then you come into this area. It's very easy to get yourself lost in because everything's the same color and everything. And again, you're gonna want to stick it to the inside. Pause, if possible. But you know, if you have to come to the outside, it's not too much slower. The thing is, you've got that little stalactite there, and this little bit here to worry about right there. And then, well, basically, it's just you sort of come and you try to rail it around this corner. Can't quite do it with these vanilla ships that come with the world. And just sort of here, I like this increasing radius corner. It makes it very challenging because if you're not too experienced with this track, you don't really expect it to sort of increase radius, but it does, and it just makes the turn a lot more challenging as a result. And of course, a little bit of an elevation change. You enter that turn point down, and then you have to come back up. But speaking of which, pretty much a 90-degree-ish sort of downwards turn into this, and then one of the toughest turns on the track here, you sort of come up another 90 degrees into this split here. The route on the right is the fastest. because you can just sort of shoot this entire area pretty much full throttle in any of my racing ships. I've got several, and I'm probably going to be featuring them on MCZ stuff here. And then there's another downwards turn. Excuse me. These are a lot harder to fly than the Aegis. And there's another downwards turn into this final tunnel, which is super difficult. These have artificial mass blocks on them, which is why this one's so hard to get through this, because it's supposed to help because there's a gravity generator on the top here, but yeah, you can see the little gravity generator, but they really don't help at all. And yeah, there's another one of my racing ships, the Typhoon Industries Osiris R Megawatt Racing. I'm not sure I'm going to be featuring that because I don't like the way it looks. It's kind of doesn't look very good. And I'm going to park this over next to this incomplete ship here. And I'm going to take the Aegis around for a lap after I put these armor panels back, of course. Okay, so there the armor panels are back on the gyros. Not sure why they were missing in the first place. That's kind of weird. But, so yeah, let's take a little bit of a fly, shall we? Let's actually go back around to the start line here. And, yeah, I'm probably not going to be saying that much about it because I'm going to be trying to concentrate and set a fast lap, but so please excuse my silence. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, go! Let's switch into cockpit view there. Get to the inside. Ooh, yeah. I'm pretty much full throttling this entire section. Go to the outside there, didn't hit anything, that's good. And then this is the increasing radius turn here. And there we go, there we go. Yeah, you can see it's just enough to take you by surprise. And then up, 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 up. And then down into the chicane. Oh, that was super close on the inside there. Okay, and then up through this. And careful not to whack anything. And then across the line. Yep, as you can see, it's a very fast, very well, whoops, very good handling ship. Sorry, other Aegis. Yeah, it's a very quick ship, very fast, and I'm just super satisfied with the ship. I think it's one of my best. Just look at it. I think it's beautiful. With the open wings and the way the sort of top area goes down into the sort of open area. Yeah, I think it's super amazing. So I'm going to be putting up on the workshop if you guys want it. I'm going to leave a link to it probably in the description. Oh, one other thing that I forgot to show is that down here in the hotbars, it's actually got adjustable gyroscopes. So you can adjust those for pretty much whatever track you're racing at. Admiral Nemo's other track, I forget the name of it, but I usually like to run 24% gyroscopes around most of that track, for instance. So, I mean, you can pretty much adjust the ship depending on the track. That's how I was able to stay so stable through the turns. Not really have to worry about anything. So yeah, if you guys want, like I said, it's gonna be up on the workshop. I'm also gonna make sure to put a link to the Skeleton Run racetrack down there in the description. But please remember to check all the mods that come with it for updates to DX11. Otherwise, it's not gonna look very good. I mean, I've updated a couple of things in this world to DX11, but I still got a few other things to update and or replace. But yeah, so if you like this video, then go ahead and bitch up that like button. If you really liked it and you want to see more, go hit that subscribe button. Hey, I've been MCZ, man. You've been awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video. MCZ out. This is awesome fun.